It's the review you've all been waiting for! My review of the crappiest season! It's Happiest season? Are you sure? It's a Christmas movie. Are you sure? Alright, it's called the Happiest season, but you know what? It's the crappiest season, and it definitely is a good reason to not like the holiday season. Who am I? Why am I talking about this? Hello, everyone. I am Mecha Random 42. You know, we're going to take that again. We're going to take that. I'm being told it's the happiest season, not the crappy. Really, it's a Christmas movie though, and it's about being home with your family at Christmas time when they're kind of weird. All right, I guess it's called the happiest season. Who am I? I am. Hello, everyone. I am Mecha Random 42. I am the one, the only, the original, your favorite YouTube consumer advocate. Harpy, why did I watch this movie? It's got Mackenzie Davis and Kristen Stewart, and it's a gay lady wham and lesbian Christmas movie. You might be asking yourself why I watched this. Because it is Kristen Stewart making out with the Whaminator. Of course I had to watch it. I watch all the lady wham and lesbian gay movies because reasons. Oh, and there will be more lady wham and lesbian kissing in this movie than Batwhammon, Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Sure. This movie. Okay. First off, since we can only have gay women play gay women, I'm going to assume now that Mackenzie Davis is out. And, welcome to the party, I guess. I would be kicked out because I'm only the B in the alphabet, and I gotta drop that every time just so people don't get mad and re-at me and go, why are you reviewing a gay movie? Because that's why. Thank you very much. Because it's fun. I mean, it was a Christmas movie. What else am I going to watch? I still have to review Star Trek Discovery for you guys, and I'm avoiding that because that is terrible. And I would rather watch the blandest, most boring gay lesbian lady wham and Christmas movie ever. So, it features Mackenzie Davis and Kristen Stewart as a couple. They're actually not too bad. I don't disbelieve them as a couple, really. I mean, they have more chemistry than Kristen Stewart had with Robert Pattinson, and pretty much anything else I've seen Mackenzie Davis in has been, you know, where she's a Terminator, sort of, and a computer geek in the 1980s. So, yeah, she was actually pretty decent in *Halt and Catch Fire*, but she pretty much plays the same character and everything. Is she gay? Is she isn't gay? Is she kind of... And at least they kind of made that the character in this movie, sort of... It has every single trope, stereotype, every single... Oh, it's got all the gay stereotypes and tropes. Kristen Stewart has a gay best friend. It has the trope of coming home for the holidays and everything goes wrong. It has just, it is like a heavy-handed after-school special. But, I was kind of impressed by how they give you a couple of different sides to the story. How there are a few lines of, you know, being a little bit more respectful of kind of forcing people out of the closet, whether they're there or not, or want to be or not. It does kind of take the heavy-handed message of everybody has to be out and everybody has to know everybody's business sort of thing, which I don't really care about. I don't look at people as I'm walking down the street wondering if they're gay, straight, whatever. I really don't care, you know, or if just in dealing with my interactions in real life. I just want you to fix my heater. I don't care who you sleep with. I don't care, you know, that's not part of our interaction. So I think that part of this whole argument was left off the table a little bit. But yeah, they make kind of a convincing couple. Kristen Stewart is not nearly as into the holidays as Mackenzie Davis's character here. Now, Kristen Stewart's parents They drop this whole orphan stuff like the whole time through this movie. Oh, she's an orphan. She's an orphan. She's an orphan. Her parents died at like 19, and she went on to some PhD program to, what was she, grow plants or something? I don't remember what she did for a living, but she was going to go off in their footsteps, but people kind of treated her all weird because they're like, oh, you grew up in an orphan. That wasn't really even that funny. It wasn't even that funny of a running gag that they had throughout this entire film. But so the opening of this, I'm spoiling it. Spoilers. There will be spoilers, as there always are in my reviews. They're just a couple. They're wandering through Candy Cane Lane, this Christmassy themed village place that Mackenzie Davis wanted to take her girlfriend to. And of course, Kristen Stewart's like, I'm not that into Christmas. I don't care that much. Mackenzie Davis just in the spur of the moment invites her girlfriend home to the holidays to finally meet the parents, finally meet everybody. You know, as you normally do when you're part of a couple sort of thing. There's always that first awkward. This is such a romantic comedy, but I think I hate to say this, I didn't mind seeing it from this sort of perspective as, you know, bringing your girlfriend home. I was curious about it. I was interested to see how they would handle that. There is a big if, though. There is a big issue. There is a big issue with all of this. She invites Kristen Stewart to come home to the holidays out of the spur of the moment, out of the heat of the moment, out of the magic of Christmas. Except she has not come out to her parents yet, and they don't know. So this is one of those. This is one of those every awkward and uncomfortable thing that will happens in this. Every single time there is an awkward, my friend's coming home and I didn't tell them, but I was supposed to tell my parents that we were more than just friends, that we were like, you know, a couple. They didn't even know. Her dad's trying to be a mayor. He's a politician, so he's trying to showcase this super perfect family. Oh, Kristen Stewart's got a super gay best friend. She was actually going to ask her girlfriend to marry her. Mackenzie Davis's character is Harper. This is one of those things where you still see them as the actor. That's kind of where we're at. This is also really no better than a Lifetime movie of the week sort of thing, or a Hallmark Christmas movie. So with that in mind, it does have some pretty big name stars attached to this. I mean, you've got Kristen Stewart, Mackenzie Davis, Mary Steenburgen plays the mother. You get a lot of like every 5 minutes. It's like, oh, is that this person? Is that person? Anna Gasteyer's in this for reasons. He's such a stereotypical gay best friend, but I really, really like this character because he's super supportive of his buddy. He's like the most supportive of any of like the best friends I see in these really, really, really traditional, stereotypical romantic comedies. It is 100% one of those. It is such a paint-by-the-numbers romantic comedy that you're going to predict everything that happens in this. You're going to know every single step of, and then this is going to happen, and then this is one of those movies that you're going to have on in the background while you're decorating cookies, or while you're cooking, or while you're whatever you're doing for the holiday, just as a, oh, here's a new Christmas movie. That's what this movie is. It is nothing more than that. But there's so many weird, quirky, over-the-top things that made me really, really want to talk about. So while they're on the way, while they're driving there, we finally get the awkward conversation of, hey, I probably shouldn't have invited you to my parents' house. I mean, my mom's stressed out because my dad's going to impress this huge, like donator or contributor for his campaign. And my family's already kind of tense and weird. Oh, also, and by the way, I didn't come out. So I probably shouldn't have invited you. I'm sorry for that. We're going to go full screen for the rest of this because Kristen Stewart can actually kind of act. She doesn't just stand there and blink constantly. She's a little uncomfortable. She's a little awkward. I'm just using stills of this because who knows what copyright we're going to get in trouble with, so sorry about that. Kristen Stewart actually isn't that terrible. So they bring her home, meets the parents, and it would have been so much easier just to say something earlier. This is what kind of stresses me out. Like, I really, really have to be in the mood for one of these sort of situations where you've got the awkward, meeting the parents, there's a misunderstanding, there's all kinds of weird, crazy stuff happening. Huge mansion that they live in, right? Awkward, weird, quirky sister. Mackenzie Davis has two sisters. This is one of them. This is like the forgotten one. This is like the weird one that they locked in the basement because she had night terrors and she's writing a fantasy novel one. That's this sister. The other sister, we'll get into the other sister. So there's 3 sisters in this family. And, but no, this is really, really stresses me out sometimes when I watch these sort of films, is because just say there's a misunderstanding. Just speak up, and you would forgive and forget. I guess they would bypass the movie though. And since this is one of those movies where they don't say that they're just a couple, they stick her downstairs. I've seen this movie before. I think I've seen this movie before with, the guy, oh no, this is just my friend. And you don't tell him it's your boyfriend. And then I'm pretty sure I've seen this before without, it does add a little bit of a layer to this to have the, oh yes, and by the way, I'm gay sort of thing. Then I've also seen movies and TV shows where it's the other way around, where the parents assume you're gay if you're bringing your friend home for the holidays. And you might not be, and you might just be, And here we go. Super awkward. There's the ex, right? The super awkward dinner where the parents invite the ex because they want their daughter to get together with the ex because they like him more. That's one of these movies. It's very run-of-the-mill. It's very generic. Oh, but there's a twist, though. Aubrey Plaza is the twist. Aubrey Plaza, they run into her as well because everybody in this small town seems to know each other. It's, I guess they're like the most important family, the most connected. It's a small town, small community, right? Aubrey Plaza is the other ex that nobody knows is the other ex in like the family there. So that makes it that's the little twist that they throw in to make it a little bit more unique. And so she's like the old family friend that they knew growing up, but they know she's gay, but they don't know the daughter's gay. Right, so that's kind of the big other, and it's Aubrey Plaza. Who doesn't like Aubrey Plaza? She's good in everything. She's probably one of the better parts of this, and you almost root for her to come in and swoop in and take Kristen Stewart away for a little bit in this movie. I missed her. I skipped over her. Alison Brie. She's the other sister. She's the other sister of Mackenzie Davis in this one, and. So the whole dynamic of the 3 daughters, where you have Mackenzie Davis, Alison Brie, and Jane the weirdo one. I don't know who that actress is, but she's very quirky and she's kind of entertaining and enjoyable. They all are trying to compete for their parents' affection because the second one of them does something that the parents don't approve of, then they're kind of, oh, well, this is our favorite now. And this is our favorite. So the sisters are like super competitive, at least the 2 main ones. So Mackenzie Davis and Alison Brie are. Now, Alison Brie and her family are kind of the less favorite because they were both lawyers. They quit their respected law business to make quote unquote gift baskets, according to Mary Steenburgen, the mother here of this family. And there's a little bit of implied they are less favorite or less up in front and center especially when their dad is trying to impress these major politicians and contributors because of possibly being in an interracial marriage, but you could also interpret it as the fact that they're just kind of, they quit these high-profile law careers. However, there is a twist with their whole gift basket story, and they're basically making personalized, specialized, pretentious, foo-foo, overpriced crap for Gwyneth Paltrow Goop customers. So they're probably raking in like $800 a gift basket for these snooty, foo-foo sort of customers and clients. So you could easily just assume one way or another, depending on how you're going to interpret this. Because for me, as somebody like me watching this, knowing how sometimes people of like the alphabet community or women are utilized by giant corporations and for political or presumed political assumptions. That's not even a word I'm looking for. We're using trotted out. Yes, we're fish. We're trotted out for woke points, for this little diversity quotas, and we're touted out like purse puppies so that the studio execs can feel like they're inclusive, right? By saying, see, look, we have a gay movie. Look, we have a movie with ethnicities, right? Look, we have this and this representation in these movies. So that's how I kind of saw this as, well, they wouldn't be necessarily shunning the family away, Alison Brie's family, for that reason, especially politically, because diversity is a huge selling point for political affiliations and parties, especially nowadays. So it would be even more beneficial for any politician to say, hey, look, my daughter has this accepted, diversity thing by being a gay, and this daughter is in an interracial relationship. See, that's kind of how I saw this. But then again, I see the world a little bit cuckoo and crazy, and a lot of people don't like that. So that's just how two ways you could kind of interpret this. Hopefully that's not too rambly. They have this giant country club party where Kristen Stewart actually meets up with and hangs out with Aubrey Plaza, because Aubrey Plaza's like, oh, I overheard your conversation, and I think I know what you're going through because you're talking to your girlfriend now, and I'm just going to assume, and I'm not going to actually say anything because, yeah. But she basically hears Kristen Stewart talking to, you're not telling anybody that I'm your girlfriend, and I'm kind of tired of this, and I don't want to be, left out, and why are you talking to your old boyfriend and stuff so much? And, That's the whole conversation. So Aubrey Plaza knows because she's Mackenzie Davis's ex. So now she knows for sure, like, oh, okay, yeah, you guys are girlfriends. I kind of figured, kind of seemed a little obvious, but this is her confirmation. That's the whole reason for this party, and to kind of emphasize, we're trying to impress the rich country club people with our super perfect family, and we're politicians. Kristen Stewart ends up having to babysit Allison Brie's kids while they're at the mall. And the little girl slips that necklace into her bag, and Kristen Stewart's blamed for it, making the family hate her even more, because here they think she's just this weird, awkward, orphan chick that they have to take pity on while they're trying to get their daughter to hook up with her ex-boyfriend, not realizing that that's her girlfriend and they're actually going to be married. She was going to propose, too. So for the longest time in this movie, everybody just assumes that Kristen Stewart's a thief, too, now, so they treat her like she's a criminal. They leave her home from some giant snooty dinner, too. Now, Kristen Stewart ends up getting left home from some giant snooty dinner that they're all going to, some snooty hoity-toity thing. Another one. Because, well, why would she be invited? She's not part of the family. She's just some roommate, right? She ends up going around with Aubrey Plaza to do gay bar stuff, white elephant shopping, all this awesome stuff. No, like really, a super gay bar. Like a gay bar that's a super duper duper gay bar. Did I say gay bar? I mean a super duper duper gay bar. Like one with drag queens singing Christmas carols. And Kristen Stewart is even pressured into singing by Aubrey Plaza. That is how gay of a gay bar this is. But then, of course, she gets a little text from Mackenzie Davis like, hey, come hang out. So she goes and hangs out with, her girlfriend at the sports bar now with all of her old buddies from high school, the ex, and all of those people. And of course, Kristen Stewart goes home early. And here's where the drama happens. It early starts to happen, because now Kristen Stewart's like, yeah, I don't know if I even want to be with you. I don't know if I want to be here. Should I stick it out? Should I go home? Her girlfriend's already wanting to just hang out all night till 2 a.m. with her ex-boyfriend. Kristen Stewart already came home. It's a huge mess. Then during shopping for this white elephant present for this giant white elephant party that they're going to have with this whole family and pretty much everybody in town, including the political investors, then Mackenzie Davis ends up seeing Kristen Stewart and Aubrey Plaza walking down the street, and she gets jealous. So you got two people, you got Kristen Stewart jealous of Mackenzie Davis and her ex-boyfriend. Then you've got Kristen Stewart jealous of, no, not jealous of, walking down the street with Aubrey Plaza, and Mackenzie Davis is jealous of it. So you've got all this jealousy going on. Of course, there's all this tension and drama. And then we get to the white elephant party. But in the middle of the white elephant party, shrink myself down, you got Mackenzie Davis and Kristen Stewart. They're having this big, giant fight, discussion, everything about their relationship. And of course, they end up kissing. And guess who catches them almost? Allison Brie. Oh, but it gets better. So she's going to go storm and tell. She's going to go tattletale. She's going to tell on her sister so that her parents love her more. But wait, it gets better. It gets so much better. She's going through a divorce herself and hasn't told her parents either. So she's got a great big secret. Now it's a race of who can get to the white elephant party. Yes, this is a real legit actual movie. Who can get to the white elephant party to tattletale on their parents for who has the bigger secret during a giant, important, great big Christmas party. And they're fighting and they're scrapping and they fight and they scrape and they scrap. And it is a full-on cartoon dust ball fight through the hallway of this giant mansion to get to this white elephant party. Oh, and there's a painting. I forgot the painting. You know, the weird sister, Jane, the weird sister, she worked for hours, 100 hours on this painting of Town Square for this white elephant party. There is a painting that gets destroyed. It goes over Allison Brie through. She goes right through it. It's kind of hilarious that they make such a huge point to crap all over the third sister. All right, so end of the day, everybody's secrets out. Everybody's secrets are revealed. Oh, there's this huge, and here's the breakup. This is the breakup part where Kristen Stewart says, you know what, I'm gonna break up with her. I can't be with somebody who will deny my existence and deny their true self. They use a lot of that in modern day language, like their true self and stuff like that. But I like the best friend. This is why I like the best friend. He gives her this lecture of, okay, how was your coming out to your parents? And she's like, it was great. They said they loved and accepted me no matter what. He says, yeah, when I came out to my parents, they kicked me out of the house and I didn't speak to them for 13 years. So everybody's coming out is different, and this is hers. This is her story. So he kind of gives her a little bit of perspective on that, where this is something I don't see on social media. I don't see so much of this where people actually understand that some people might have a different timing of what they're comfortable with, when they're comfortable saying it, when they want to come out, So they don't have that understanding. They just have to assume and assert and assess that everybody has to come out at the same time in the same way, and we will just force and but sometimes people aren't ready. But on the other hand, it does showcase how it does hurt people who might love you for who you are, your spouse, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever. So it does give you kind of a both side of that, and I'm trying to be like a legit fair critic instead of just ripping it a new one for being kind of a cringe bad Christmas movie. But it's not that terrible. It's really, really not that terrible. It's certainly not Star Trek Discovery bad, but it is very, very, very predictable. There's this whole aftermath, and then everybody pretty much decides to hug it out and get over it after a while, because they just accept. They cry. They hug. This is where you do this stuff in Star Trek. You get this huge touching scene between the parents where they're realizing, yeah, we've been trying so hard to be perfect, but now we've got daughters who are afraid that they can't tell us their secrets. Basically, they can't tell us who they are and what's going on in their lives. And we have another one who we've just completely brushed aside, the weird one with the painting. Oh, she's also writing a novel. She's writing a novel about, it sounds like Harry Potter. It sounds like a bunch of Harry Potter stuff. So they have her, which they just gave up on, who's the one who's probably the most well-adjusted. And she's like, you know what? I like me. And I don't care that you don't like me. So they have this huge scene of all of this dramatic, we're going to talk it out and hug it out stuff. And of course, they kiss and make up, and they end up getting back together. Now, there's this other issue of, did he run for the mayor? Did he decide to? Anna Gasteyer was this giant investor who said, yes, I can put money behind, I think that's what her job there was. I can put money behind your nomination as the mayor. We can win this. I don't think this is an issue, as long as your daughter can have a don't ask, don't tell policy, and as long as, we keep your family life private, which, again, this is something that probably wouldn't happen in this day and age, because we prioritize and showcase diversity in a lot of ways. We definitely use that as a way of lifting out the agendas of the political see this is why I have kind of some problems believing this one. This might have been an older movie or an older script from like the 90s is kind of how it feels, or the very early days of cell phones, maybe like 2010 when people just had cell phones. But You know, because nothing really has changed so much in that other than, oh, yes, we're hiding from, which you wouldn't do in this day and age. But maybe that's just the perspective I see dealing with entertainment on social media the way I do. So who knows? He makes this huge decision that he doesn't really care. He's not going to run for mayor anymore, even though he drained his life savings to run for office. He doesn't really want to if he has to ask his daughter to hide who she is. They hit all the stereotypes in this. They hit every single stereotype. And I kind of feel it's really outdated because of that. But at the end of the day, everybody's happy. Everybody has Christmas together. They get a Christmas photo. The mom's been trying to get this Christmas photo for Instagram. They get the family together. And he says, no, I don't want to be part of this, istophobe political thing. They even invite Kristen Stewart into their family Christmas picture. And why does she have her husband there? They're getting a divorce. Why are they leaving? Maybe they worked it out. I missed that part if they worked it out. And they live happily ever after. And skip ahead. Weird Crazy Sister ends up writing her weird crazy fantasy novels. And yeah, it's a New York Times bestseller. Some people liked her weird Harry Potter stuff, I suppose. This movie was probably, it's a Christmas movie. It's a romance. It's a bad Christmas romance movie. It really felt like a Hallmark or a Lifetime movie of the week. I really don't have anything higher to say, any higher praise. It was all right. It wasn't terrible. It was the crappiest season. It's kind of about people having a crummy Christmas, and I think a lot of people can relate to that, but do I want to watch it in a movie? Not really. It stressed me out a little bit. It wasn't too bad, but it's one of those, if you watch it in the background while you're cooking or cleaning your house, it's okay. It's cute. It's something my mom would watch. Would I recommend it? Only if you want to see Mackenzie Davis and Kristen Stewart kissing every 5 minutes, because they kind of do that. It never gets as good as like Batwoman or Star Trek Deep Space Nine, but it does get a little sometimes. And I felt like Beavis and Butthead sitting there watching them, deciding that I was rooting for them to make out. It's like, will you make out already? Just kiss already. Just make out already. Kristen Stewart and Aubrey Plaza would have been a better romance, though. But anyway, tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. I am Mecha Random 42, and that was the happiest season. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye.
We came to see naked girls.
Yeah.